Welcome back to Max Moline Ball Complex here in Plainville as they are getting ready here for game number 2 between the Sylvan-Lucas Mustangs and the Plainville Cardinals. Sylvan-Lucas taking the first game 16-4. Actually a pretty close ball game until the 5th inning when the Mustangs blew it open in their half of the 5th. Cardinals hoping to get a little redemption here. Girls been watching their score. They're playing softball just across the way. Lost the first one to Sylvan, and they are in the bottom of the second according to the Game Changer app, and they are trailing 13-0 in game number 2 over there. So some changes, some new people in for the Mustangs here in game number 2. So we'll try to keep up with everybody. But starting off, just like in game number 1, is Caleb Meyer. Number 6 will be playing center field, and he did some major damage in game number 1. So we'll see what happens here. Pitching for the Cardinals, Isaac Stamper, and he gets first pitch strike there as Meyer, who jumped on a lot of first or second pitches, thought about that one, tried to pull it back, couldn't quite get it done. So we'll hear it here in the 0-2, and he gets the bat on that one solid. It's going to go all the way into left center field, all the way to the fence, and he is, man, he has some wheels. He's going to go all the way to third, standing up, and he's just going to go home. Inside the park home run for Meyer to start the game off. And I will tell you, I'm a little impressed with his speed as he gets around there, scores a home run on the first or second pitch of the game, driving it to deep left center field all the way to the fence. And he just turned on the burner. So now number 2, Gage Meyer, up to the plate. He came in game number 1 a little bit later on in the contest. And he goes after a pitch in just about an identical spot, except for this time Cardinals able to make a play out there, and they get it in to Nuss at second base and back to the pitcher. So Meyer with a solid, very long single. So 2 for 2 the Mustangs are here in game number 2 with a runner on first and a run in on the home run by Meyer. Throw to first. Gets away from the first baseman, but Gage stays put. And the Cardinals will reset. I'll have to do some checking here on where the Cardinals are playing here this game in the field. And that one, a nice curveball from Stamper, strike called. So this is number 12. He'll be the pitcher, it looks like, for this game, Connor Shavat. And he gets a solid hit, but a nice snag by Garvert. He's going back to first. Double play. Nice play there by Garvert. As a hot shot by Shavat, but he gets thrown out from the third baseman. So a 5-3 double play as they double up Meyer on first. And 2 outs now with on 1 run in. And Shearer is up. He pitched in that first game. Boy, if you can see that on camera, I don't know if you can follow the ball, if it's the camera's picking it up well enough, but Stamper with a pretty nice curve there, and they're calling that tonight. Strike 1 on Shearer. He swings at the second one, strike 2. So after that first big inside the park home run by Caleb Meyer, Cardinals get the next 2 on outs, and they're trying to get the third one, and he swings. They're going to have to get it down to first. Nice throw down to first, and in time. So we'll be moving on to the bottom half of the first. 1 run in for the Mustangs. Cardinals coming up. Only a little bit of damage done. See if they can do some damage themselves when they come up here in their half of the first inning.
We all know how hard it is to play sports outside work and school. But sometimes we forget that we are not the only ones that are taking the time outside of work and school for these sports. Coaches spend a lot of time outside of school at practices, games, and other team events to help other athletes succeed. They set things up before practice and stay after to help their athletes. So remember to thank your coaches for all the time and effort they put in to make your experience the best it can be. A message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and Bird's Eye View. We all know how
right, back here live from Max Moline Ballpark in Plainville. First batter up for the Mustangs, inside the park, home run, and then the Cardinals 1-2-3 after that to get out of the inning with only one run across for the Mustangs. So now it'll be the Cardinals' half of the inning to try to do some damage. Pitching for the Mustangs for game number 2 is number 12, Connor Shavat, and Tristan Keith, number 13, behind the plate, catching for the Mustangs. First batter will be Reed Stamper, followed by Carson Ditter and Brian Garvert, and if anybody gets on, Riddick Bethel. Checking the girls' action here real quick before Reed steps into the box. Looks like it's top of the third, 14-0, Sylvan-Lucas. All right, looks like we are ready to roll here. All right, Stamper getting ready. Last pitch in. First, Keith with a pretty nice throw there to second to end up their warm-up time. And we are ready to go. First batter in for the Cardinals here in game number 2. Umpires getting ready to go. I think, I'm not sure what the delay is right now, but we are ready to go. So Reed Stamper steps into the box for the first pitch from Shavat. We'll see what he gets. Pitch on the way, and Reed goes after it. Chopper to third. Third baseman plays it, throws it, and in time. So a great play there by the third baseman. A 5-3 out to start the inning for the Mustang. Third baseman for the Mustangs, this is that Tucker Mullender. I think I got that correct in my sheet here. I was trying to scramble to get those in. Carson Ditter coming up here with one out. Nobody on, no runs across for the Cardinals. Pitch outside, goes to the wall. No worries there as there's nobody on base. Ditter steps into the box, waiting on the 1-0 pitch from Shavat. And the pitch on its way, and that one outside, ball 2. So one out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Cardinals trying to get anything going here. They were able to keep the Mustangs to 1. Popped up in the air, up high, right field line, foul. That'll be a strike 1 on Ditter, so 2 balls and 1 strike on him. Ditter digs back into the box. Umpire's ready to go, and here is the pitch. Inside, ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Ditter. He is itching for something to hit here, see if they can give him something over the plate. The pitch from Shavat, high, ball 4. So Ditter will take first base on the base on balls, and coming up to the plate will be Brian Garvert, number 23. And Brian is, let's see here, looks like he is at third base this game for the Cardinals. Inside pitch, kind of a curveball there, and strike 1 called. Comes across. Good curveballs tonight from several pitchers. Tough one to react to as it hangs and then drops. Ditter leading off at first. Garvert looking at a pitch high. That one stayed high, ball 1. 1-1 count to Brian Garvert. And that should get Ditter over to second, no problem on the pass ball. Checking the girls' score, it looks like it is still top of the third, 17-0 Sylvan-Lucas Mustangs over the Cardinals. All right, Garvert steps into the box with a 2-1 pitch on the way. Ditter with a big lead there at second. Pitch on the way, swing, chopper down the third base line. Ditter's going to kind of come down the line and wait, and nobody covered third, so he's able to make it to third easily, and now we got runners at first and third after the single by Garvert. So Brian Garvert at first, Carson Ditter at third, and up comes Riddick Bethel with 1 out and 2 on here for the Cardinals. Riddick's due for a big one here. Let's see if he can size one up here and put it. He put solid bat on it. They're going to get the play at second base and a wild throw to first. And Bethel thought about going on, but he's hang up at first. So it's first single there. They do get the out at second. So Garvert thrown out at second. But Ditter comes across and scores. So an RBI single for Bethel. And it's all tied up at one apiece with Isaac Stamper coming to the plate. Bethel getting a lead off on first base. Stamper waiting for the pitch. And that one hung up high and stayed high as well. So Stamper with ball one on him. So 2 outs, 1 run across for the Cardinals. And that one outside, ball 2. And a swing and a miss on that one. First strike on Isaac Stamper, but good one to swing at there. 2 balls and 1 strike on Stamper as he steps in. Shavat looking at first. And the pitch on the way, that one is high, 3-1. 3-1 to Stamper. One run across, 2 outs with one runner on first. That's Riddick Bethel. And that pitch looked low and outside, and it was. So a walk to Stamper. And 2 outs, runners on first and second. And coming up to the plate here is Colby Nuss, playing second base for the Cardinals here this round. And the pitch on the way, I called it too soon. I said outside, but they're calling that one tonight. So strike 1 on Nuss. It's always tough when you get that new pitcher in that anytime during the game or in that second game. That one's in the dirt, ball 1. Cardinals hoping to get a long single here and get Bethel around from second across home. Let's see what happens on the pitch to Nuss. Pops it up. Looks like it's going to be played by the pitcher, and it is, and that's going to do it for the inning. But 1 run across as Nuss pops out to the pitcher, and that will be the end of inning number 1 as we're all tied up at 1 apiece here, going on to inning number 2. We'll be right back.
Mental health is crucial, especially during high school activities. It is a time when we're juggling a lot, school, sports, and clubs, and it can get overwhelming. Sometimes we might feel stressed or down, and that's okay. It's okay to ask for help when we need it. Taking care of our mental health is just as important as our physical health. Remember to support each other and create a positive environment in our high school community.
All right, back here live. Top of the second inning. should be number 13, Tristan Keith, coming to the plate. Mustangs started out hot in that first inning with Caleb Meyer hitting an inside the park home run, and then the Cardinals went to business on defense, mowing down the next 3 batters that came up. So only 4 batters made it up in the first inning for the Mustangs, and now Tristan Keith, the catcher this round for the Mustangs, first batter, and he gets a solid hit just over the outstretched glove of Ditter. It's going to make it out to center field. He's going to round first, but he's going to stay there. So a solid single for Keith to start off the inning. And coming up to the plate is number 15, Cody Charvat, shortstop this game for the Mustangs. Snap throw to first. They might have had him. Oh, they got him. Nice play there at first base as he is thrown out. Quick throw to first. So a nice play there to end that little run. And nobody on now. And hit batter, Charvat will take first. So that out at first. Even bigger now. Nobody at second after that. And coming up to bat here looks like number 10, Garrett Bonin. Garrett playing right field in game number 2 here. And a hard, solid hit up the middle. That's going to get all the way to center field. And all the way to third is Charvat. So Charvat makes it all the way to third on the single there by Bonin. And so with 1 out, Mustangs in business again with the runner at third. Coming up, number 14, Traden Herskowitz, left fielder. Stamper checking everything on the corners and delivers the pitch. High, ball 1. Not high by much. So ball 1 to Herskowitz, and the 1-0 pitch on the way. That one curves across but doesn't connect on the plate. And Bonin makes it to second. No throw attempt there, so 2 balls and no strike. 2 balls and no strike here on Herskowitz. And the pitch from Stamper, that one, a nice looking pitch. Traden had nothing he could do there but just try to hit that one, and too slow on the swing. Good pitch there by Stamper, makes it a 2-1. And another quick throw over to third, trying to get another quick snap throw out, but couldn't quite get that one to work like it did at first base. Stamper with the windup and the pitch down low. Nice dig there by Bethel. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Herskowitz. Again, runners at second and third. 1 out here in the top half of the second. 1-1 tie here in game number 2. And that one is going to be low, but Bethel doing a great job of getting over there and getting the ball, but it was a walk. So now bases are loaded with 1 out, and I have Tucker Mullender, number 18, at the plate, third baseman for the Mustangs. And he goes after the first pitch, fouls it off. Strike 1. Good pitch, good swing. Timing just a little bit off on that one. 0-1 count here to Mullender. And that one looked great all the way as it drops in there for strike number 2. Stamper trying to put it into this one. Just that one hung up a little bit and got outside. It's going to be 1-2 to Mullender. 1-2's the count here to Tucker. 1 out, bases loaded. That one stays outside as well and high. Ball 2, evens up the count at 2 apiece. Lady Cardinals getting some runs on the board over there in the softball game. Good swing at it, but a miss. And there's going to have to be an out there because there's bases are full. So Mullender strikes out, and Stamper gets his first strikeout of the game. And we're back to the top of the order here with Caleb Meyer, who hit the inside the park home run to start this game off. Snap throw to third. Cardinals trying to keep Mustangs at bay. They were pretty aggressive in that first game. He goes after it, pops it up. Play out in the field. And they're unable to make a play. They're going to try to get a play at the plate. And the ball is dropped, so it's going to be safe. And I'm going to have to keep track of here who all came across there. It looked like Bonin was the last one to come across, and that means that Charvat must have come across. So 2 runs across there. Runner at third. Let's see, Meyer at second. Wow, let me get this all kind of caught up here on my page. So Meyer with a double, or at least a single with a base on the throw. We'll give him a double. I'm not the official score. And up to bat will be number 2, Gage Meyer. He was thrown out at first on one of those snap throws to first. Foul ball there. Should be a 1-1 count on Meyer. So Herskowitz sitting at third. Caleb Meyer sitting at second. 2 out, and there's a strike called. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gage Meyer. Cardinals trying to get out of this one. Only a couple runs have come across here to make it 3-1. And that one, a solid hit to second. Should be a play to first. Throw to first. Not in time. And Herskowitz is going to come across and score. They try to get Meyer at third, but he gets back in time. So Cardinals give up another run there. I need to get my scoreboard caught up here to make it 4-1. So Charvat up to the plate. Runners at first and third. And they're going to try to get the runner at second. He took off kind of early, and they get him. So that would be Gage Meyer trying to run there. He gets thrown out at first. So Connor Charvat will be the first batter on the next go-around for the Mustangs. And we'll be back here for the bottom half of the second here. Mustangs now leading 4-1.
Sports outside work and
Referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. These men and women take time out of their lives to ensure a safe and fair environment for student athletes. As you attend sporting events this year, keep in mind the hard work and dedication of the officials. Respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. The Kansas State High School Activities Association.
All right, Drayden Puckett coming in for the first batter here in inning number 2. Cardinals did get 1 run across there in the first inning, but not able to get much else going, even with some runners on base. So we'll see if they can get something growing here in inning number 2. Pitch on the way. Nice swing on it by Puckett, driven to center field. And the center fielder making a nice play out there. That is Caleb Meyer, as he backs up and pretty nonchalantly catches that one. I don't know, hard to judge how close that was to the fence, but Good to see Puckett swinging the bat there. That was a good swing and a good hit, good contact. Braylon Becker now up to the plate. His first at bat here in game number 2. And the pitch on the way to him outside, ball 1. So ball 1 to Braylon Becker. As he steps back into the box. And that time swing on an outside pitch. Going to make it 1-1 here. Checking the girls' action. I think the girls' action might have wrapped up over there. It looks like that Sylvan-Lucas won game number 2, 18-2. So that is the end of the girls' action, and a swing and a miss there by Becker. It'll be strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Becker as he steps back into the box. That one a ball. That one outside for another ball. Should be full count on Becker. 3-2 count on Becker with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. 4-1 Mustangs. That one's outside, ball 4. So Becker will take first on the walk. And Zane Stahl coming up to the plate. He's at shortstop, looks like, for this game, this go around. No, I take that back. He is in center field for this one. Quick throw to first. Becker back in time. Looks like that's Shearer over there at first for the Mustangs. And Shervat ready with the pitch, and it's on its way. That one's going to be high and stay high. One ball, no strikes to Stahl. That one inside, stays inside, ball 2. Pitch on the way, that one's going to stay outside that time. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strike to Stahl as he waits for a pitch that he wants to turn on. 1 out here in the inning, 1 runner at first. That's Becker. And the 3-0 pitch on the way, and that one's going to stay outside. And ball 4. 2 walks, back-to-back walks, puts Stahl at first and Becker at second, and we're back up to the top of the order with Reed Stamper. He was thrown out by the third baseman in his first at bat. Goes after a pitch there, strike 1. Reed trying to move the runners around. Becker getting a good lead there at second. Stahl with a huge lead at first, and Stamper steps out of the box. Foul ball. Strike 2, down in the count, 0-2. And the pitch on its way, swing, nice hit, but right back to the pitcher. He's going to throw to first. Did they get a double play out of that one? Or did he get back in time? Let's see, something's going on there. There's a runner at first. Now they're going to throw it to second, and I think that'll be their second out. Nope, they're still. Stamper's on his way to the dugout. He's out. And at first base, I think that should have been a double play at first base. There was a runner taking off and a runner heading down, and they threw it over there after the hit. Ditter waiting in the box there. I think Stahl and Stamper are probably going to be out, but we'll see what the call is. So the ground ball hit back to the pitcher by Stamper, and then the runner on first took off and then tried to come back. So let's see, they're still discussing it out there, as you can probably see on the camera. So they're going to leave. Looks like we got runners at first and third. So Becker is going to be on third and Stahl's going to be on first. Stamper is out and Ditter is in with 2 outs. Carson waiting for the first pitch, and he goes after it. Pops it straight up in the air down the third base line, and they are able to make a play over there. So the third baseman making the play there for the Mustang, that is Tucker Mullender, and that's going to do it for the Cardinals half, as they're unable to bring anybody across. 4-1 going into the third.
My name is Jacob Froese, and this message is from the Keisha Student Advisory Team. Did you know that Keisha also oversees some non-athletic activities? There are plenty of opportunities in music, debate, cheer, scholars bowl, and many more for you or your student. Whether you prefer making a joyful noise or running in circles, Keisha schools are here to support you. My name is Jacob Froese, and this message is from the Keisha Student Advisory Team. Did you know that Keisha also oversees some non-athletic activities? There are plenty of opportunities in music, debate, cheer, scholars bowl, and many more for you or your student. Whether you prefer making a joyful noise or running in circles, Keisha schools are here to support you.
All right, first batter up for the Mustangs here at the top of the third. Connor Shervat, the pitcher for this one. Mustangs leading 4-1. Stamper still on the mound for Plainville. And the first pitch on the way for the top of the third. On the way, and Shervat goes after it, hitting it deep. And a nice play out there in center field. Again, center fielder this round is... Let's see, who's out there in center field? Stahl. So great start there. Good hit there by Shervat, but a great out there by Stahl in center field. Shearer up to the plate. He was thrown out 2 to 3 from the catcher. I think it was on a drop, third strike. First pitch up high. Cannot get the break on that one, and it's going to hang up high and be ball 1. Pitch on the way, that one outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Shearer. Shearer, the pitcher and the winner in game number 1. And the 2-0 pitch on the way, 3-0 now. Three balls and no strikes to Shearer. Stamper set, and here comes the pitch. Strike called. Nice pitch, painting the outside corner. So 3-1 now to Shearer. Stamper comes set, and the pitch on the way. And that one fouled straight back. So Stamper working his way from down 3 pitches now. Got it to a full count here. Again, 1 out already on the great catch in center field. See what happens here. That one, nice hit down the left field line. And they're going to say fair. They're calling it fair. Shearer going into second. That's where he's going to have to stay with a double. I could not see it. Once it gets down there so far, the fence and everything blocks my view. But they call it fair. And it is a double for Shearer with 1 out. Up to bat now, number 13, Tristan Keith, catcher this round for the Mustangs. And the pitch on the way, that looks good, and it is strike one. So Keith takes the first pitch strike. Shearer stays at second. And that one looked good too, and it is strike two. Nice pitching there by Stamper. And the pitch on the way, that one's going to be inside. And that's going to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one goes inside. That one, a nice pitch on the inside corner, and he goes down, strike 3. So a strikeout there for Stamper. That is strikeout number 2 in this game. And up to bat number 15, Cody Charvat, had a single and scored in the second inning. That one's going to be way outside. You could see that one trying to bite and curve back inside. It just wasn't going to happen. So ball 1 to Charvat here. Stamper comes set. Shearer on second. That one just broke outside. Ball 2. So again, Stamper behind in the count here. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way. Swing. I think that one's fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one ends up in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike. Strike called on the outside corner. That makes it a full count on Cody Charvat. And the pitch from Stamper inside. He's kind of half swings. I think they're going to have to replay that one. I couldn't tell. They're going to call it a foul, I think. Shearer had taken off, but now has to head back. So with 2 outs here, it's a 3-2 count here to Charvat. This is Cody Charvat. And the pitch on the way, high, ball 4. And Shearer makes it into third. So now Shearer is at third. Cody Charvat at first after being walked, and coming to the plate was Garrett Bonin, who had a single and scored in the second inning as well. 2 down here in the top half of the third. Big curveball, that one by Stamper, gets called strike. And that one looked good too, strike 2. Runner will take second. So Cody Charvat jogs into second base, and with 2 outs, we got an 0-2 count here on Bonin. Pitch on the way, breaks it again, strike 3. Garrett Bonin caught looking there as that curveball came across the plate, and it just freezes you. That makes the third strikeout, and the third out for Stamper. We'll be right back here for the Cardinals half of the third. It is 4-1 Sylvan-Lucas. We'll be right back.
Are you a fan of the Plainville Cardinals? Do you enjoy watching the students compete? When you can, please attend the games and support the teams. But when you can't, you can catch all of the Cardinal home games on Bird's Eye View. Go Cards! Are you a fan of the Plainville Cardinals? Do you enjoy watching the students compete? When you can, please attend the games and support the teams. But when you can't, you can catch all of the Cardinal home games on Bird's Eye View. Go Cards! Are Are you a fan of the Plainville Cardinals? Do you enjoy watching the students compete? When you can, please attend the games and support the teams. But when you can't, you can catch all of the Cardinal home games on Bird's Eye View. Go Cards!
All right, back to Plainville here. Bottom half of the third inning. Cardinals able to shut out the Mustangs there in the top half of the third to keep it at 4-1. Brian Garvert up to the plate here for the first batter for the Cardinals. He was thrown out there in the first inning by the shortstop. And the pitch on its way outside, ball one. So ball one to Brian as he steps back into the box and waits for pitch number 2 from Charvat. Set, the pitch on the way. He swings at that one. It was a good pitch, good swing. Couldn't connect, strike one. 1-1 count now to Garvert. Outside pitch, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch on the way. Good pitch again, good swing. 2-2 now, all evened up. There he makes contact, and that's going to get through the infield. He's going to make it all the way to first, and he's going to have to stay there with a nice single. So Brian Garvert starting off the inning with a nice hit up the between shortstop and third, and he makes it all the way to first. And coming up to bat will be Riddick Bethel. Bethel had a single his first time it up, ended up in second base, didn't score. Again, Cardinals leaving runners on the bags there in inning number 1 and 2. Quick throw to first, trying to get Garvert, but he's back in time. Now we're ready to set for the first pitch to Bethel, and he went after one. Pops it up to kind of left center field, and Meyer comes over and makes another nice catch. So Bethel reaching out, punching the ball out to, middle of the outfield, but Meyer coming over and making a nice play on it. So that's going to be first out for the inning. Up to bat Isaac Stamper. Isaac Stamper walked in the first inning. He goes after one, fouled back. Strike one. Colby Ness waiting in the on-deck circle. Pitch on the way. That one is outside, and Garvert's going to easily be able to get into second base. So Garvert jogs into second. Isaac Stamper back into the box with a 1-1 count on him. Charvat looking at second, now brings the pitch into Stamper, and he's going to punch it, but foul. 2 strikes on him, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stamper waiting on the 1-2 pitch. That one popped up. Oh, that one I think got a car. He gets points for a car. So it stays at a 1-2 count. Garvert leading off at second. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-2 the count to Stamper. One out on the inning, 1 runner at second. There, he gets good solid contact on the ball. Drives it all the way to the fence. He's going to get extra bases. He might make it to 3. He's going to stay at 2, but he brings a run home as Garvert comes around from second. And Stamper with an RBI double to get the Cardinals on the board again. Nice swing, nice hit there by Stamper. All right, 4-2. Pitch to Nuss up high. Ball 1. So 1 out in the inning, 1 runner at second, 1 run across, 4-2. And a good swing there, a good rip there by Colby Nuss, but unable to make contact. Going to even up the count there at 1 apiece. That was another good pitch and another good swing. But strike 2, 1-2 now the count on Nuss with 1 out. Stamper at second after driving in the run. Pitch on the way, high ball. It's going to be 2-2 on Nuss. Puckett waiting in the on deck circle. He had a good strike on the ball in the first or second inning, but popped it out to the outfield. Nice contact there made to right field. Right fielder's playing it up, and he makes the catch. Now Stamper's going to have to get back, and they get a double play to end the inning. So I think they thought that was going to be over the outfielder's head, and he makes a good play on it. So that ends the inning with one run across, but 1 runner stranded. 4-2 now as we head into the 4th inning. We'll be right back.
Student athletes spend a lot of time at practices, games, and other team events. This can take away valuable time from academics. It is important to remember that academics come before sports. Being involved in multiple sports and activities is great, but so is having good grades. Time management is super important in achieving the goal of good grades while still being involved in your school. Remember, they are called student athletes, not athlete students. I'm Jamie Winslow, and this was a message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association student.
All right, back here in Plainville, top half of the 4th inning. Mustangs leading the Cardinals 4-2. Looks like some field changes for the Cardinals as Braylon Becker goes in behind the plate as catcher, and Riddick Bethel, who was the catcher, now at first base. So a flip-flop there. Third base still Garvert, Ditter at short, and Nuss at second. First batter for the Mustangs this inning should be number 14, Traden Herskowitz. And that's who's walking up to the box. He had a walk and scored a run in that big second inning that the Mustangs put together with their 3 runs. But then the Cardinals shut him down in the third, see if they